Hi there.
Hey there, we're back.
Welcome back. We're going to talk this week about the first week that your house is on the market.
So your home's on the MLS. It's a very exciting time. We're talking about the first week of the home being on the MLS.
Yeah, and so keep in mind that the first week is where we gather a lot of information and where your house is positioned in the market. So this is an exciting time. Each neighborhood in San Diego in particular has its own little micro market. So this really helps us to understand, is the house priced right? Is this where buyers are looking right now? And I'll give you an example of a neighborhood that's really hot in San Diego right now, and that's University City. It's just east of La Jolla. It's close to UCSD. The schools are good. They have the detached houses in a price range between 1.3 and even up to 3 million. So there are a lot of buyers who are able to afford to buy into that area. And so the housing market there is faster than some of the other neighborhoods. But the first week is really, really important. And of course, we always have questions. And so we have some questions our clients have asked over the years that we'll bring to you that might help you to understand what the first week might look like when you list your house with us. So number one, Drew, how many showings, a seller may ask, have we had so far in that first week, and what feedback are buyers giving?
So it's interesting, right? Depends on the price range, on the budget of the homes, right? If we're in the lower end entry level position, we're going to get a lot more buyers than if we're in the $10 million and up range, because it's a very small group that can afford that. And so how we work with that is that we have contact with all the agents, and we get a lot of information, a lot of feedback with the agents that show the property. Also, the open house is a really big part of that.
And we keep track of our showings. We have a great system that we send out weekly to our clients. And so we do keep track. And our team in general, for the most part, we show our properties, or our showing agent shows the properties. So we have a lot of contact for each showing, like you said. Mm-hmm. So number two, are we getting enough online views? People want to know what is online, how many people are looking, and saves compared to similar homes in San Diego.
Well, we have a great report that you get every week. You'll get it at the end of the first week, and that'll cover all the data that's coming from through the MLS, through the marketing that we're doing, also Zillow and Redfin and Realtor and all the portals, which are your friends at this point, because they're getting your house out to so many people. And that report will cover all that. And you'll get that right at the very end of the first week. And it'll also cover the information from the open house.
That's great. And that is also more data, more input that we get on the positioning of your house on the market. Number three, do buyers think that our home is priced correctly for the current market? That's always a question. Is it priced right?
Yeah, is it priced right? So we get a lot of feedback from the agents. Obviously, Christy and I have been here selling real estate for a long time, so we have a lot of good relationships with the agents. And so we have a lot of ability to communicate with them directly and have good rapport with them. So they'll be pretty frank with us whether they think the price is correct, or, if it's a little high or a little low or whatever's going on with it.
And we also know it's oftentimes during the open house, how many people attend the open house. If
Correct.
We've done open houses in Scripps Ranch at one point was a really hot market here in Carmel Valley. Carmel Valley still is. I think we did an open house first weekend, and we had like 60 people come, and we had a bunch of people willing to write an offer. Okay, so we know that this house now is hot market. This neighborhood's hot, and it actually sold for over the list price. So the open house is important, I think, too.
Absolutely.
To really understand, okay, so how is this priced and how is the market here? Next question, have any agents mentioned concerns about condition, layout, or upgrades?
So we have a unique situation where we have a broker association that we meet every Wednesday, and we talk about all of our listings to see kind of what the feedback is for that particular listing. And they'll also ask me questions about stuff they have going on. There's about 150 of us. A lot of people office in La Jolla because it's a nice place to have an office. So we get a really big group of successful agents that we can get that information from.
Mm-hmm. One of the things I'll just lay out, in a house, there are some older models here in San Diego that have what's like more of a galley kitchen and not as much of an open floor plan. That oftentimes is a feedback that buyers have. So if you're thinking about something in the house that you have to sell and that doesn't have as open of a floor plan, we can take that into consideration also when we go to price the home. Next question, what should we expect during the first weekend of open houses?
Well, open houses are very important on the first week. We like to do them both Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes we'll do them even towards the end of the week, like a Thursday in the PM or something like that. We can get a really good gauge on how many buyers are out there because we've had some rule changes in California, or actually nationwide, where buyers have to have a written agreement with their agent to go show a house. They don't need that to come to the open house. So oftentimes buyers will come through the open house and figure out what, how much interest they have, and then they'll reach out to their agent, and then they'll have a more formal showing, maybe a day or two after that. So open houses are great. We get the neighbors in there, we get everybody through there, but oftentimes buyers will come without their agents first because of that agreement.
Exactly. And then are we attracting serious buyers or more casual lookers?
Well, that's always debatable, right? So we always try to sort through that. We won't know right away until we actually get into, negotiating or those situations where I follow up with the agents and say, okay, are people serious buyers? Do they have interest? Are they going to be writing an offer? We kind of get straight to it and try to weed them out as quick as we can.
And back to the open house, I feel like the open house really, you may get more casual lookers at an open house. So I think it eliminates a lot of that for private showing. So first weekend, all the buyers in the market are going to, either actively looking in your area, will most likely come if they're in town, and then any casual lookers. And then after the first weekend, it really is mostly people that were not in town or able to come for the open house right away, or more serious buyers. And we also talk to the agents, like you said, and find out if they're serious or not. Okay, and so now we go to the last question, and that is, what happens when we receive an offer or more than one offer in the first week?
Well, obviously this is great news, right? So we're getting offers, so the home has been priced correctly, and we've marketed it well, so we're getting offers, and that's a really exciting time. So in our next video, we're going to cover all of this from when we receive the offer, the RPA offer from the other agent, all the way through the process of escrow and into closing. So that's going to be in our video coming up next.
And RPA stands for Residential Purchase Agreement. Everybody needs to know our acronyms, and it's a long, big contract, so we'll get into a lot of that, but it's exciting if you get an offer or more than one offer in the first week. That means your house was positioned exactly the way, price-wise and everything, for the market. And we would then help you with negotiating, which, like Drew said, we'll talk about next week. So if you have any questions, please give us a call.
Yeah, my phone number is 858-220-3004. And I'm open to chatting with you about any of this stuff. We have a lot of different videos, so just call me if you have questions. I'm happy to chat.
And subscribe if you want to continue watching the videos and getting the real estate education that we bring to you. So,
all right, very good. Take care.
Take care.